Hey, I'm Jonny May and welcome to Piano with Jonny. You know, one of my favorite styles of piano to play is blues piano, and I love combining it with funk music. There's some amazing funk pianists out there, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder, James Booker, and boy, it is so much fun to play and so much fun to listen to. So I've developed an original arrangement. This is called Swag Time, and you're going to love this. You're going to learn some really cool tricks. So I'm going to show you a couple of things you're going to learn. One is this fat, funky blues progression, and you can use this anywhere. Check it out. So a lot of syncopation in the left hand and some really fat chords in the right hand. I'll show you exactly what I'm doing theory-wise. You're going to learn this cool funky melody that goes great over this left hand pattern. And then the solo. The solo is the best part of this because there's a lot of cool riffs in here that you can use when you're playing other blues pieces, and there's some really cool tricks and techniques in here. Let me show you a couple of these. These two of my favorites here. One goes like this. And then the last one here, you're going to love this one. Kind of sit way up top on the piano and you sit in the same position. You can just groove over all the chords in one position. Check this one out. So in this preview lesson, you're going to learn this basic groove pattern. It's a lot of fun to play, so let's hop into the lesson. Okay, so we're going to start with this basic groove. We come in at the very beginning with this intro groove, and of course this groove you're going to hear throughout the piece. It's going to repeat in between the A sections and the B sections. So we're going to kind of nail this groove, nail this funky left hand. What I'll do here is I'll kind of demonstrate it for you, and then I'll break down exactly what we're doing. Okay, so here's the basic groove to the song. And then we start with our A section there. So it's a lot of fun to play, huge fat chords. I love this arrangement. I love this song because you really get into the meaty section of the piano, which is this mid-range for the chords and then these big low octaves. Now this is a 12-bar blues, meaning there are 12 measures to each segment of the song. So a 12-bar blues form, if you don't know what that is like if you're in the key of B flat, we're in the key of B flat here. You play the B flat chord, B flat 7 for four bars or 4 measures. Then we go to the 4 chord, which is an E flat in the B flat scale. The 4 is E flat, so we build a dominant 7th chord on E flat, and then we play that for 2 measures. B flat 7 for 2 measures, and then we would usually go to a 5 chord, F7 for a measure, E flat 7 for a measure, and then B flat 7 for another measure. Or actually rather 2 measures. Okay, so that's kind of the form of the song. It's a 12-bar blues. What we're going to do here is I'm going to show you the first 4 measures and break it down into 4 measure chunks. So 4, 4, and 4, and then you got the whole form there of the 12-bar blues. Let's start here with the right hand, just getting these chords down. So what I'm doing is striking this B flat 7. I'm really spreading the notes out here. B flat 7 is B flat, D, F, and A flat. That's just the root position chord there. But what I'm doing is spreading these notes out and putting the 7th on the bottom. So you got A flat, D, F, and B flat. Okay? So that's kind of the first thing. The other thing is I'm sliding this the D in the middle from C sharp. So I'm doing this. Okay? So what you want to do here is strike the chord. You're actually going to strike the C sharp and then slide up to the D. And this is also a slow, kind of lazy slide. It's almost an 8th note in the swung feel, okay? So what I'd practice is just striking that and sliding. And And just doing that over and over again till you get really comfortable. It's a little awkward. This is also a big stretch here. I don't know if you noticed, this is a 9th interval, okay? So what you can do if you have smaller hands, you can sacrifice that B flat on the bottom and just do a B flat on the bottom, okay? So you have an octave here. That's a little more manageable. So just practice that if you have small hands, okay? There's the 7th, and then there's the root on the bottom. The second chord is an E flat major chord. B flat, E flat, G, and B flat. I use the 4 here on G flat. Really important to utilize all of your fingers when you play this. Sometimes there's a tendency for pianists to avoid the 4th finger. It's not really a strong finger, but you don't want to do that. Really force yourself. Okay, this is the chord here. Okay, so the basic chord structure here is B flat to E flat, B flat to E flat. Okay, and there it is with the bigger chords if you have smaller hands. And I would just practice that over and over again. Get comfortable with that movement there. Okay, so in terms of this phrase, it changes slightly on measure 2. So you're going to come in, if you're following along in the sheet music, you'll notice that you actually strike the first chord right before beat 1 of the first measure. So you're coming in on the and of 4. Okay? So here's the rhythm for this 2-measure phrase, and then we'll break it down slowly. Okay? Here it is in time. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So as you can tell here, the second measure changes ever so slightly. So the first measure is kind of on the beat after you come in on the and of 4. Okay. So 3 and 4 and 1. So 1 is that D where you slide up. 3 and 4 and 1. Here's 2. Okay, 3 is actually the slide here. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 3 is the faster slide. You see that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, measure 2 is a little different. Check it out. You see that? So the first beat there is like before. Here's beat 2. 2 is the E flat, and then that's going to be your and of 2 is D flat, F, and B flat. Then you're going to slide up to the D for 3 and 4 and. You see that? So here's measure 2 again, slowly. 1, 2, and 3 and 4 and. And then on the and of 4, you're back to your starting position, so you can actually repeat this phrase. Okay, so let's actually put these 2 measures together. We're going to start measure 1 on that little pickup on the and of beat 4, and then go to the end of measure 2, come in and back in on the and of 4, and then we can repeat this phrase. Okay, here it is, nice and slowly. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then now you're set up to come back in with the phrase. Okay, let's do a little faster, and this time we're just going to repeat the phrase over and over again. All right, here we go. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Last time. Okay, so that was just a little practice. We're not going to do it that many times in the arrangement. That's just going to get you kind of in this pattern, this rhythmic pattern here on the right hand. So practice that, get comfortable with it, and let's do the left hand. Okay, so the left hand, we're way down here on the bottom of the keyboard. These are your bottom B flats here. Okay, and we're going to do this funky bass line. Okay, so check it out. We'll put the hands together here, and I'm just going to perform this, and then we'll break it down here. So here we go. 3, 4. Okay, so as you can hear, that left hand is playing largely in between the beats, okay, and you're kind of popping that top B flat there, okay, and what that kind of forms is this funky bass line. A typical funk bass line usually consists of notes played on the offbeats, okay. Another name for this is syncopation. So that's where we get this idea of a funky blues, because we got those blues elements in the right hand, those slid notes. Okay, when we're sliding the third, we got that bluesy element combined with that, you know, and that really cool bass line. So we're just going to talk about the bass line for a moment. Once you get this bass line down, it goes through the entire song. Okay, and so you're going to be fine for the rest of the arrangement. We just need to kind of nail it right now. So again, we're going to do a 2-measure phrase here and talk about the rhythm. So we're going to start with the top B flat. That's going to come in on the and of 4. Okay, so we have 3 and 4 and then we come in on measure 1. Measure 1 is going to go like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You see that? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so together they'll go like this: 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And we'll do that once slowly here. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? And that's our measure 1. Measure 2 is going to sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So you're coming in on the and of 1, 1 and then you're coming in on the and of 3. 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, let's do this. Let's put these measures together, starting from that top B flat on the and of 4, and we're going to go to the end of measure 2. Okay? And we're going to go slowly. Here it is: 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Great. And so I would just practice that left hand by itself over and over again. Get comfortable with that, because we're going to kind of repeat, we're going to speed it up and then add the right hand. Okay, before we add the right hand, let's do that left hand at kind of a medium fast or medium regular tempo, trying to get it up to speed here. Okay, and I'll count you off from 2. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 2, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Awesome job. That's sounding great. Just practice that, get it in your hand, and really the key here is to feel this rhythm. You don't want to be counting it. When I perform this, I'm not counting, I'm not thinking of the ones and the ands, I'm just kind of feeling where the rhythm goes. But that starts with counting and understanding, hey, this goes on the and of 2 or the and of 3. Okay, great job. Let's put the hands together. You're doing a great job. Once we get this, we're going to fly through this arrangement, because this is the kind of basis, this is the foundation of this song, is this blues, funky blues groove. Okay, we're going to start here on the and of 4, coming in to beat 1. Let's do the hands together slowly, and then I'll break it down here. Okay, so here's what these are going to sound like: 2 and 3 and 4. And that's going to be our 4-measure phrase there. Okay, so what we're doing is coming on the and of 4, top B flat. There's our big chord here. Remember, also you can use the octaves here if you have smaller hands. Okay, but essentially, so just remember that when I'm going to more or less demonstrate it with the version that I play, but just remember, whenever I hit this chord, you can use the B flat. Okay. Okay, so striking this B flat 7, you haven't slid the D yet, and then you're going to slide the D with the low B flat. You see that? Okay, and that takes you to beat 1. Okay, so we have 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, then we've got this B flat by itself, and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There's measure 1. See how those line up? Here it is one more time. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and those line up on 4. Okay, measure 2 is going to line up like this. You actually start with the right hand left hand comes in the gap here on the end of beat 1. So check it out. Here's measure 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that's by itself. That's by itself. Okay, that's all by itself. Slide the D, and then that low B flat comes in with the D flat there on the bottom. Okay, and then you're going to walk down and then strike this chord again. And we hit on the end of beat 4 just like we did at the beginning. So this actually sets you up 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, and we can actually repeat this 2-measure phrase. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this phrase, this 2-measure phrase, and we're just going to kind of loop it at a slow tempo so you can kind of get used to the feeling of it, and then we'll speed it up. Okay, here we go. I'll count you off starting from 2. Here it is. 2 and 3 and 4. Great job. Okay, let's speed it up. Get comfortable at a slow tempo. Don't speed up until you're ready. Really important that you take the time to get comfortable at the slower tempo. Playing fast is not hard to do. Playing slowly and being patient is really hard to do, because I'm eager. I want to play this thing full tempo, and I get it. You want to play this full tempo as well, but put the time in. It'll pay off. It'll feel a lot more comfortable. Okay, here it is. Kind of a medium tempo. Here we go. Same thing we just did. I'll count you off from 2. And here it is. 2, 3, 4. All right, awesome job. That was really cool. You want to take it up just one more level to get it to the speed, but that's the basic rhythm. Okay, so we got those fat chords in the right hand, big octaves in the left hand. Remember, you can use the B flat if you have smaller hands. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate this for you one time with small hands. If you have smaller hands, you can kind of see what this will sound like. It's the same rhythm, you just got that B flat on the bottom. So check it out. Here it is. About a medium tempo, and 2, 3, 4. Hey, that was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this preview lesson. If you liked Swag Time, you can find the full arrangement on my website, pianowithjonny.com, as well as many other fun arrangements to play, so check it out. It was a lot of fun to teach you, and thanks for coming. I'll see you later. Until next time, be swag! Okay, delete that.